Hello.
Wow. No, I didn't mean that. Why did it? That was weird.
Oh no.
Help.
I'm everywhere. I'm dust.
He's in the walls.
I'm in the walls. Doesn't look like it.
Live stream is coming from inside the house.
How are you doing, Lorraine?
I'm good. I
Clicking a
had
button.
revelation while I was writing the tweet announcing that we were doing this. Saturdev. What the hell? Why haven't I thought of that before? What's wrong with me? That's
Indeed.
it. So I named our stream that.
Okay. I thought it was going to be more like a Easter thing. Revelation. You know.
That is it.
Something. I have come to judge the something and the whatever. You know, that kind of thing.
It was a sad, sad day. That first Good Friday. I wish I had more information to like search that book.
All right, here's a question, Lorraine.
No.
We're talking about, deep philosophical
Might
and religious.
as well.
You've said before that as someone who has throughout their life gone to church very intermittently. Me.
Okay. I was like, that's not the case for me.
You have said before that generally speaking, the Catholic Church service is like a cycle. Like they kind of touch on the same parts of the book.
There's
at certain points of the year,
yes.
right? Is there a part for like the fire and brimstone end of the world stuff, or is that just kind of in there and they don't throw it out there front and center too much in like the Catholic masses that you've been to? I'm just curious.
I'm pretty sure there are, because there are 3 different liturgical years, A, B, and C, and those cycle. So you got
your annual cycle, and then this cycle.
There's you'll go from A to B to C, and then C to A. You loop back around. Is that a linked list? Is that what that is?
Sure.
Technically, I don't know.
Whatever.
Keeping the coding alive. The themes are generally the same throughout the liturgical year, but the readings are different. They will pick from different gospels for different parts, because there are 4 gospels, and they generally chronicle the same stuff, like just with the different spins. I don't know. It's hard to really describe. And the years kind of like mix it up, keep it fresh. I'm sure there are readings from Revelation, because that would be a New Testament reading, so that would be the big reading of the day, and so it would then pick the 2 Old Testament readings, then correspond to that. Like it basically, the liturgies tell a story, essentially. They set up a theme for the day or the week, depending on because there are generally, I feel like it is for Sunday masses, but there are the weekday ones too. Those only have 1 Old and 1 New Testament reading, as opposed to the 3 like the weekend masses. And they basically gives us some kind of narrative, which then the priest interprets in their homily. That is the way at least the Roman Catholic Church in the U.S. generally works. I don't know how much that holds throughout the world. I'm assuming it's fairly similar. Can't say for certain, but there are definitely times. I couldn't tell you when in the year is it's time to think about hell and the afterlife now. What's coming when the second coming comes.
I was just curious.
But that is definitely a thing. I feel like it might be, maybe generally speaking, leading up to the Ash Wednesday, the start of Lent, because Easter is the start of the year. That's when...
It's like Chinese New Year, but for Christians.
More than you think, because I do believe it's based on full moons. Is the time? That's
so
why
it's literally
That's why it changes dates.
All right.
It's not a date. It's based on full moons or something like that.
Sure.
I'm not even kidding.
Shit they borrowed from pagans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's ours now.
You're not wrong.
Suck it.
Because I think, if I remember correctly, there was because one of the stories about the telling of the crucifixion mentioned there's an eclipse. and someone has they found a record of one that would have
Sure.
matched up to the time,
Mhm.
noon, which is when they claimed he was crucified back then. Like, they have a date, and they're like, no, we gotta steal this, we gotta go.
That's ours now.
I think it was like November or something like that.
Mhm.
Might have been the date. I don't
Yep.
remember the post exactly.
Easter's like the jazz music of religions. Like, nope, that's
Sure.
the blues belongs to us.
Basically.
Ugh.
But I feel like it is there are too edgy for you weeks in the liturgical calendar for
Okay, I was just curious because
talking
again,
about that.
having a more limited exposure in the
But
times.
also a different flavor of exposure. Like, you were maybe slightly skewed more Baptist than
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna
Catholic.
say. I have been to little bits of various churches, but never one for like
sure.
weeks or months or years on a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And generally speaking, and I'm gonna have to get up in a couple minutes because I have to go move some cookies.
Delightful.
But
Our house smells like peanut butter right now, which is a good thing.
Generally speaking, discounting the
Discount.
bigger structural issues of religious organizations and various,
Of which there are many. Probably should
but
lean
in
away from
terms
the
of
microphone when I talk
my anecdotal personal experience
Here we go.
sitting through a person who claims to be of God talking about God, I have had more like neutral experiences when I've been to Catholic masses than many of the times I've been to like Baptist, like evangelical.
I wonder if the structure has anything to do with that, because I bet, this is just literally off the cuff. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if they have any kind of like yearly flow. If it's just like, oh, I want to talk about this week.
Well, that's the thing. I do feel like, and again, it's probably, I'm sure you could find Catholic priests that will do this.
Absolutely.
But like even in like one of my cousins, I forget it was Rachel or Bethany's wedding or whatever, like they specifically went out of their way to be like there was like a whole 60 seconds about this union between a man and a woman the way it should be, and no one else.
I mean, we picked the readings. There was a reading. There were whatever. There was things read because I had my cousins do it. There were we picked the readings. Granted, we had a few to pick from, and like Father Joe freestyled for a few minutes.
Sure, I'm just saying. I guess I feel like, again, it's just been interesting because I can't condone the Catholic Church for other reasons.
Nope.
But from personal experience, literally just from direct exposure, I do think if you have to rate, like if I had to rate, like based on like by the sermon. I've had more negative experiences from people who are in some Protestant version of a version of Christianity that have been like, and some of them were like I used to go to that church on the corner just a couple of times because one of the girls I hung out with in high school had to go to their youth group or whatever. Like her mom was like, you have to go do this every Wednesday. And I was like, I'll do that. I have a car. Let's drive down the street and go hang out and then get into some shenanigans after the fact.
Gotta balance it out.
And go do donuts in the Sears parking lot after we're done here. And that shit was like full on crazy town. Like the dinosaur bones are there to trick you. Like it was absolute lunacy. And then there was the stuff that some of my family were involved in. Like I said, that is just generally more editorialized. I felt like. And then the handful of times we went when, like, because it was Father Joe, is he the one who married us and who? It was more like I feel like the neutral of preaching, like you see on like a TV show or something or a movie, where there's not like some specific axe to grind about like
there's not a spin to it.
Where it's like a soft stand-up act almost, where it's like, so I was at the grocery store today, like you lead off with something to pull people in,
an anecdote
that average people can identify with, and then you tie it in with some lesson about life or
you gotta
God
touch
or whatever.
Your base, man. Sometimes the punchline is Jesus loves you.
Whereas I feel like more often when I would happen to find myself in an evangelical,
as you do,
sermon situation, somebody would have shown up with cue cards that were like, all right, what's the what's the screed today? Like shitty right-wing radio. It's like, oh, how bad are gay people? Or, you know.
Spin a little bingo ball, have the number come out.
Right. Or like,
pick
how
a
wrong
card
is
from the-
science? Or whatever
Yeah.
the stupid fucking thing was.
Yeah, for all the personal qualms I have with maybe organized religion as a whole, I will say that because of that liturgical structure, it definitely made the day-to-day of constantly having to go to mass less of that, like you were talking about, and more of just like, we're reflecting on the concept of kindness or generosity today or whatever, or like loving your neighbor. Like it was more, it felt more teaching than preaching.
But I do feel like that's true of like, it's just like, it's true of the era that we have lived through.
Yes.
Coming up from like childhood into adulthood, where the right-wing politics and certain segments of religion have slowly but surely started to come like this.
Lines are blurring in a terrifying way.
Because that's exactly what it felt like. And like in situations like that where you would see these really regressive weirdos, like it would feel to me like that they are here for no one's benefit. They are just here to justify whatever righteous fury you think you have in your heart, and then you can go back out on the street and be angry for 6 more days until it's time to come back and re-up on rage fuel.
Gamer fuel. This time served to you in a golden
with all that said, I'll be right back. I have to go move my cookies. It'll take like a minute or so.
Wow. Thank you for joining our episode of Religious Cast. Starting off, or midway through the Triduum, keeping it real, I guess. I don't know. Holy Saturday. Things are things. Might be in the middle of Easter Vigils, place of... Oh, I don't remember when those started. But we're here. We're here to video games. We didn't do it earlier. We had other stuff going on. But... yeah. And, I mean, I don't know. We're making cookies for Easter, because we're going over to my parents' house tomorrow. But it'll be fine, probably. We're not going to be there too long, because we're in a goddamn pandemic still. Remember that? Sure! I'm getting a cookie, so I've been good. Hooray. But, yeah. I mean, we've talked about some of these things in more of a longer form on podcasts before. I've got a past. Wow. Not the best, not the worst, but you know, everybody's got a history, and sometimes that history has weirder roots than you think. He's here again. Fantastic. This is a warm cookie. Are you sure the cat's not going to get them?
I'm not sure of anything. I can go try to corral her. Come here.
Puppy.
Hey. Not getting them right now.
She might come back.
Looking out where I can see you with my eyeballs. Come on. You want to be in here with us? Come on.
She might come back.
Yeah, we'll see. Here she is.
What a good girl.
Alright. Not a bad cookie.
Yeah.
Try to pull up this other document.
The document. Wow, wow, wow. Have anything else left in your sermon?
Not really. Happy Easter or whatever you celebrate. You know. Or not. Happy Sunday. Go, you know.
Or whenever it is.
Find an escape from whatever escape you can from the world right now.
I've probably said this before in multiple places, not just here, but while it is not for me, if you can find some kind of solace in a peaceful form of organized religion, go for it. If you need, some people need that, and who am I to tell them that's wrong? As long as you're not like openly persecuting or like harming another individual or yourself, there's nothing wrong with it. Believing in a higher power does not make you evil. End of sentence.
Indeed. And with that,
Video game!
video games, the highest power or something. I don't know.
Thy code be done.
Mm-hmm.
In the compiler as it is in the engine. Give us stay our daily comments. Forgive us our warnings. As we forgive those, and forgive us our commits as we forgive those who commit against us.
Now you're on the trolley. Anyway,
get us not into crashes. Deliver us out of beta.
Got it.
Ugh. Free-forming.
Let's look at this
programmer-based
list and work on it a little bit. I'm not sure
nonsense.
how much we'll see.
Thank you for coming to my stand-up act. Oops. I bet those projectiles might not be on a physics layer.
Okay.
That could be a problem.
Okay.
It could also be something with a tag, because if she's
where is this prefab likely to exist, if there even is one, or do you think this?
Well, there's definitely a prefab.
It'd have to be
if it's spawning it.
Yeah. I can just play the scene and we can find out. Oops, this controller's not plugged in.
I want it to be the carrot level so bad. I'm pretty sure it's not, but that's what I want right now.
Let's double check.
No!
It is.
If you had rolled down there and had just been taproot, I would have died. That's all I wanted.
I'm gonna have to destroy the things, right?
Yep. Look at these little guys. I love them. You want to talk about things that are absolutely my style, which most of the stuff in this game is. But these guys, like I said, this is a very old, very standard doodle shape of mine. Are those little ghosts? Mostly they have a longer tail, but I mean they're ghosts generally.
Okay.
There, just. Blockage projectile. There you go. I don't know how this is going to help you.
Uh-oh. Is it mad? I think it might be real mad. Well.
Is that a thing you can even do?
Yeah, you could do it on the other stuff. I'm surprised it didn't work, actually. Or did it? No, it didn't do it. Interesting. Is it just because the game is running? Like if I...
And just...
I'll just search for it.
Unplay it and... There, blockage projectile.
It's in,
It's tag turret projectile.
Prefabs enemies blockage projectile.
I mean, that's what I was going to tell you to look. It was just in the enemies folder of prefabs. Why don't you just get rid of that preview? Make the preview smaller. Now we can see the whole thing.
It's got...
It needs the rigid body for physics.
It's got a circle collider. Let's see. If I drag this into the scene, what does it look like? The collider is probably just exactly the size that it is, looks like. Honestly, let's try just doing the same thing and see what happens. Because I don't know if these even would need physical colliders at all, but we can leave them on there anyway. big is this right now? 0.32. Like 0.3. 0.2. It's hard to see on the yellow.
It's right around the center. I can see it. It's like in the middle. Close to the center.
Go with that. It's a turret projectile. It's on the enemy's layer. That might just do it right there. Because I know all the tracking now is just based on triggers. Let's see what happens.
You just need to, yeah. Nope. There you go. Zoom. I mean, in theory, you really only have to kill the spawners to make the rest of the boss fight go. You felt like just
I didn't. For some reason, I thought we had to kill them to damage the spawners. I don't actually know if that's true. I might have made that up in my mind.
They have less health.
Oh, see that one? Because that one just went away on its own, right?
They always do.
Do they?
Yeah.
The spawners?
No.
This one though, did I kill this
You
one?
hit it, yeah.
Oh, okay,
you killed it.
Right. Well, that didn't do anything. He still damages us though, right? Okay.
They are I don't know. They did disappear before, didn't they? When they touched her, I think they did. You should. They have a script attached to them. You should look at the script.
All right. Well, let's check that out.
Just open the prefab right there. It's at the bottom.
Oh well, that'll explain. Well, no, because it's still that's because the other collision is still occurring, I guess. All right, we're gonna have to look at the in Marta probably. Yeah. So this is just the timer that blows them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're not flooding the screen. Unless you're into that sort of thing.
Just change that to that. This out.
Hi, Tiny Cat.
What's your deal, Tiny Cat?
She doesn't know. She's creeping.
So this gets called by other stuff.
Yeah, so I
don't remember how much of this I rebuilt, but or honestly, I mean, this is so old that like you could have even maybe made changes to this, and then I definitely would have made stuff after the fact that would have.
No, it's got to be working because there's the reduction damage is in there. I would assume, and she's still taking damage. Like,
no, she's not right now from these guys.
Well, in general, I'm saying, go to the. Is the blockage controller? Is that the one? Not the projectile. All the way over at the right end of the screen. What was the thing we just... Oh, no, it's the other one. It's the one it's inheriting from. Fight controller. 9. Is this where the her taking damage was? On trigger enter. So boss damage is presumably from... Hey! Will you stop?
Clyde, you're being rude.
Knock it off. Hey.
Because see, these all do ultimately take take damage.
So they work. Like they're working.
So let's just do
Not boss damage though. Do just take damage. Not no. That is the damage that he's taking. Player con dot is the damage that she's taking.
Yeah.
Hey. Thank you. Was that on trigger enter already there?
I just changed it.
Okay.
It was a collision event before.
Okay. The only thing is you'll have to do like a get component.
Oh, that should be fine.
Call dot get component. Just type. It's 4 letters.
Never.
Player controller. No,
Really?
not plater controller. Haha.
Oh, come on.
Take down. Was it not? What is it? What was it even called? Player hurt. Or is that? Are we sure that that's the right one?
I think so.
His damage took damage.
And the boss damage is right underneath it.
Player health. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Blockage projectile controller. Player hurt. Hey, will you stop biting the foam? I need to get the weapon. I'll be back.
Go arm yourself.
Yep. Can't see it on here. It's the invisible
That bottle is invisible.
But here.
He's huge.
And big.
Yes. Oh, never mind. You're right. They do just take more damage.
That's the whole thing. Because the point of this is supposed to be a normal level, so you'd get. They all have a certain amount, not just one, and you'd get more. Oh my God, how much health did you give these guys?
All right. Well, they were part of that other boss fight, so.
I know, but how much health did you give these guys?
And all that stuff can be changed.
Them sturdy. Oh.
Okay.
So they're colliding. What are they colliding with then?
Oh, I just didn't make the. Hold on.
What
Colliding with him, probably.
They weren't before. Why are they doing that now? They literally weren't the last time.
Did I not? I might not have built this change. I don't remember if I when I typed this in. I had hit build before running it, so it might have just been the trigger change even. Let's just move this up in there too, because if they don't hit the player, they'll still just destroy themselves over time.
I guess, yeah.
So that should be fine. Like if they hit something else, they'll just float there and then eventually blow up. Oops! Don't want to do that.
What have you done? Help.
Oh, goodness. Oh, he's stuck. Oh, no. Got him.
Punch. You're so precious. There we go.
Okay. Oh, I didn't quite catch that one. All right. Neat. Okay.
Good shit.
Check that off the list.
Just didn't have a call for some reason. Weird. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if was that all on Marta's side before?
It might have been. That might have been my change because I wanted
yeah.
everything to be able to deal damage dynamically based on its own internal logic.
Yeah. Because I bet because since it was labeled a turret projectile, that was just my way of.
Yeah, I wanted stuff to call
that
into
makes
her
sense.
and just pass like how much
Past
damage it
damage,
did,
yeah.
and if there was something else that needed to be involved.
# passing damage. Delightful.
Like, as opposed to having some enormous statement that is like, if it's this boss and it's this type of attack, then it does this much damage, and so on and so forth.
I mean, that's why there's a boss damage and there's a normal damage. That saves some of that. Function calls, anyway.
So we got the health bar. Cork with that other thing.
I have a feeling at the health bar.
Exit stuff.
Is there a boss camera? Is that still a thing or no?
It's just the same one, I'm pretty sure. Cause yeah,
you should go into the carrot fight, just because presumably that's still, or maybe any of them. Honestly, I don't know if they all are working or not. That taproot. I was gonna say we could, because the health bar is in the scene. Right?
In the other scene?
In this scene.
I mean, oh, you mean before, like, it's not instantiated? Probably.
Well, look at the camera. That'll give you at least something.
Where's the camera?
It's not... It's the bottom. New health bar clone, so it is instantiated.
Okay. Alright.
What's instantiating it, then, is the question.
Did we even touch that code last time? We might have.
I don't remember. Because there's got to be...
Research boss for a controller.
What is main camera object? Is that for the level? Is it for the maps or not? There's an item under childhood to the camera that says main camera object. Right below percentage text. Where is that? Okay, that's for the map then. I bet the health bar is getting its positioning is probably based on the size of the screen, because that is something I do with everything else. Open the camera script. Does it not have? There we go.
Alright, we'll look at that in a second. I actually want to. We'll be able to tell if it's in the scene and by just running it. Like,
it's instantiated. It's a clone.
Somewhere. No, I mean in this one, we'll be able to tell if it's in there already.
I thought didn't you do that? Didn't you drag it in there?
I don't remember.
I vaguely remember you have to unmaximize or whatever. Just pause it. If it's in the scene now, it'll be in the scene later. I mean, I don't see it.
Where's the camera?
You literally moused over it. Nope. Yeah, it's not there.
Okay, it might have to be in the trigger thing. The thing that spins the rest of the fight up.
I would check the camera anyway.
I feel like, because that's where we had dragged the thing over to, right? Like,
did we?
I think so. I'm just trying to remember what we did before.
I mean, this is all specific stuff.
Do you remember which object was it that, like... Yeah, here. Right? Is it under here? Yeah, new boss health bar. So that's what happened in here, I'm assuming. So this is just going to be with a prefab. Yeah.
Doesn't do anything with it, though.
It might in here, maybe.
Probably boss room area.
Probably object enters the room, maybe.
No. I would still just look at the. I still want to look at the camera. Look at camera movement. It's all the way on the right. You're like halfway down the script.
Which part do you want to see?
I don't know. Just look at it.
Size, position. That's like the player HUD stuff.
Yeah. You can get rid of that checkpoint reference, honestly. Just go to that. I guess boss room area, because it's probably where it is since it's not in here. It's got the camera.
Boss health, it's probably that.
It's not setting it though, is the thing.
Right.
It is okay, Dustin. That is the health bar. Go back to the script. I need to look at it more.
No, that's fine. I'm just
it is. It's literally named Boss Hell.
The cork, fade in the cork. Music start.
How is that getting set? Is the thing though? That's what I don't understand.
This whole thing, well, no, because the other stuff's happening, isn't it? Or is it? I think it is. Let's just play the scene again.
I mean, it's spawning.
No, don't. Okay, so
don't
yeah, it is.
Unpause the scene, or
Okay.
don't unplay the scene. Unpause it.
Okay.
Because I think I know what's I don't think I know where things are. Maybe.
All right.
Just get the health. Get to the part where the boss would be activated.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Or is it? Maybe it's already here. It might already be here, but it's somewhere weird. I feel like we're probably gonna have to look into the actual individual room. Because does the carrot have a specific one? Because it's spawning it at identity, which would be the trigger, presumably. But I don't see anything. It's not spawning. Because you'd think it would have spawned at the room. No. It's the players. Why is it not spawning in this level is the question. I would have assumed...
Errors. A bunch of messages.
There's messages.
Is it?
Because it should just be in that hierarchy, because it's not childhood to anything. Transform to opposition. It should just be. This player first time. How can I get ejected?
Oh, maybe it's this. Because it would still, you'd think it'd still spawn in. No, that can't be right.
That's just the target. That's not it. I don't know why it's not. Is this not getting called? I know it was getting called in this one, right?
I think it would have to be, unless
spawner room controller is calling object enters the room. Can you? I want to look at if there's an individual one for the taproot fight. If there's an individual boss area controller. that inherits from boss area controller in that fight. No. I just need, you don't even need to do anything, just show me the scene. I need to see the objects in the scene, Dustin. No, those are pipes. Sound play area board. Carrot attack area, that's it. Carrot boss room area. That's the thing I need. Open that script. Open the script. What is setting its position? How is it getting set? Nothing is childing it to the camera. How is it going there? Is it the thing itself? It has a script attached to it.
Maybe.
Can you open that?
Yeah, I can. Give me a second.
It's not the boss room area is A, already open, and B, not what I need.
Just like triple checking this, but yeah, there's nothing else going on here.
No.
Although this doesn't even call the
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this works.
This doesn't even call.
You
the thing
did
in
this, not
here.
me.
Oh, because that's just intrinsic. Because it's called by the trigger.
Mm.
Okay, so it doesn't need anything else.
Is it?
Maybe that's part of the problem with the other one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just remove that and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's. Oh yeah, that's not great. There definitely shouldn't be two. Trigger enter calls probably on here.
Is the other one just not happening then? Is it getting overwritten?
I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but there probably shouldn't be two of these.
How can we change that? How can we fix that to have this also be here? Because this code needs to go.
It can just go. Let's just do this.
How is it gonna get called though?
Did I account for that? Hold on, let's see.
I mean, probably not, since the other one doesn't have anything in it. It's just this. Like the carrot one.
Let's just do it the way I did with virtual functions with all this other shit. Oh, I didn't give it
Public.
Scope.
Okay. Does it need anything in it?
No, if it had something in it, it would do that by default when you called base.
That one doesn't have anything.
Oh, I do need to go back and put hold on.
You need the call.
Here, put it in
here.
Here.
Well, that's probably part of it. This is one piece of the puzzle.
And then
if this just works.
Where was it? Which thing?
Spawner room controller. Yeah.
Okay, and then this is just going to
just go outside of it. You have the whole function call. It's the whole thing, brackets and everything.
Oh, this needs the name. Although we can get that from the other thing. Yeah, that's fine.
What?
Here, hold on. I'll show you.
Oh no, I think I know what you're saying.
I think you still need the
override. Yeah.
Then did I? Yeah, I can get rid of.
Tried to tell you it was the whole brackets.
And then is this
that's
just a
collider?
Collider?
2D. Yeah.
You're gonna get mad at me. Have to add that to the other one too.
And you just have to add the call, right? You don't need it in there necessarily. Do you need it in the virtual? Can you just put the call? Or no, you probably do need it there.
They have to have the same parameter set. I'm pretty sure.
So just put other in room setup and you should be good.
Yeah, I don't think you can have
Okay.
difference. I don't think you can
I don't
change
know
the
too much
parameter
about
sets
virtual
on those
functions.
virtual functions.
If this might just work, if they were conflicting things, we might not need to change anything else.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if I
Let's see
can't
what
find
happens.
if I can't find the call in these rooms, it's on the boss health bar. So presumably it should just show up. In theory.
Because that's a problem. I'm not sure if that was the problem. Let's see because the weirder thing about that is that I don't know. Let's just see what happens. I have no clue what's gonna occur.
Errors. Okay, it's still not here.
But it definitely is still calling because it faded that in. Excuse me. It faded that in and stuff. So it's still just like not on the scene somewhere.
It would be attached if it's anywhere it's attached to the camera. It's still not being spawned at all.
No, nothing there.
Are you sure this is the right camera?
Is the other one still in the scene? Are you saying?
I don't know. I don't know if this camera's right. I don't know what you did. If it's the prefab that we needed. If you made a new one for the other ones. I don't know.
Oh well, that's probably.
No, because
that was blank on the other one.
That's for the That's for the garbage disposal fight. That's what locks it.
Like you said, I think they're gonna have to look at the script
I mean, I'd still look at the health bar script.
the health bar. Yeah, I think that's where we need to go next.
Why isn't it spawning? Why is everything else happening but not that? I don't understand that.
Shut up.
Well, it doesn't have access to this, so that's something. But I don't know if that means anything.
Find the camera. Set the transform position. So there is some specific stuff in here for some of those other ones. This might be part of it. Because here, let's check this out. I bet this might be it.
I mean, it doesn't have access to it,
this.
so...
I bet it's this, because the update loop, because it takes it off the screen when the boss has 0 health.
Mm-hmm.
And since and these are what's finding, like, the boss to figure out how much health it has. So it's like, we're not in... So it's spawning it for, like, a frame, and then it's like, the boss fight is, oh, none of these, so it has 0 health. And then update gets called once, and then it's like, oh, it has 0 health, and then it destroys itself. I'll bet you anything that's what's going on here.
Probably.
So we just need to...
I mean, if we weren't maximized on load and we had the camera open the entire time, I bet we might see it.
Yeah, if we stopped, if we like paused it on the start functions or whatever.
No, I'm just saying we might see it instantiate and then disappear.
So let's add...
So go all the way up. All the way up first.
Okay.
You got to add the blockage... is it the blockage controller or the blockage fight controller that has the health? Check the scripts. They're literally right up top. They're on the screen, Dustin. For the love of God, check.
Okay, hold on.
Check them.
I'm going.
You're not. You're literally not.
Oh, I thought you meant check the scene.
No, I said the scripts. The blockage controller or the blockage fight controller. I don't remember which one has the health. It must be the blockage fight controller.
Blockage fight controller 9.
Shut up. There
right
it
there,
is.
health. Okay.
So you need to go back to the health bar, all the way on the left, all the way up there. Add
A blockage fight controller 9.
fight me.
I'll just still call it.
Wow, too good to
Or-
even
I'll,
follow my naming
no,
convention.
fine. There.
I thought you were gonna put 9 at the end of that. And I was gonna fight you. You were gonna catch
that's
some
good.
hands.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Okay.
So,
And then we just need to add
and yes,
the whole
the
thing
garbage
for this.
disposal's name is Stew. Else if. Oh my god. Why did you? Whatever. You couldn't just write the word blockage again.
Sure couldn't.
Also, you don't need blockage in that. You need the level name first.
I need it here. I don't know what the tag is for that thing. We'll have to check.
I mean, you could just find it by name. You can just look in the game. You literally have the game open. You need blockage.
That's the blockage controller. We don't need that one.
But it pulls from that. It inherits from 9. 9 isn't attached to anything.
So we do actually need this then?
Mm. That's a good question.
In that case, this might have to be, let's go ahead and,
Just make the health public. That'll solve that problem.
Here's the health bar controller.
Byte controller 9. Byte controller 9. We're not done with that statement. What are you doing?
That's interesting.
What?
All right, well, one step at a time.
It's an int because it needs to be an int for the animator.
No, but I don't think that's a reference. Like, is it getting it? How is it deprecating?
Go
How's it
down.
updating?
Checks it there.
Oh, it just gets it
Yeah.
every frame. Okay. Never mind. Question answered.
You read the code. You.
Okay.
Wow. Amazing.
Look, this is just like Destiny. We're just rounded off those floating points and.
That's only for the animator's sake. Marta does do like half points of damage. I'm a monster.
What was I gonna say now?
I'm not gonna make a health bar that has 20 pieces in it. No. That's madness. That's insanity. We're still not done with that if statement.
Oh, see, I must have done this.
Mm.
We should do this to all of them. Just so that this can't actually update the health value. That's just a stupid programming. Best practice. I'm gonna do that.
Don't do it right now. Can we get this health bar on the screen, Dustin?
All right.
Can we please just get this health bar on the screen?
All right.
Can we fix that other if statement? For the love of God.
Hold on. So first we gotta
just make the health public and it should be fine. Just make it public. In 9. Blockage fight controller 9. The script hasn't
Alright, whatever.
moved.
I'll make it public.
That'll let it just be accessed by the other thing, and then you can just make it search for that. Just change it to a blockage controller, and you should be good, right? Right?
Yes and no.
Why? Why no?
Because there's only half. That's only half of this. So I can change this to. Is this by object name? So if I change this to just blockage, it'll work. Because this I can change to blockage controller, then that'll work if we find the right object.
I'm saying, yeah, that's why I said you can do a find by name, which you would have if you had heard me.
But is this already?
No, it's just a
by name.
Find, yeah, it's find name. That's not tag.
So
Why did you say tagging before? None of them are find.
I don't know. I don't know how any of those work off the top.
It literally says find with tag. Spells it out really plainly. Oh my god.
Just gotta super make sure I spelled this right. Don't want to be that to be the reason that this is wrong.
I do.
Okay, so we got that. That's all good. You just do the same thing here.
You need the whole. There you go.
Not sure why these aren't Elsifs. I guess it
I
doesn't
don't know.
matter a ton, but again, I'm just gonna do it.
Oh my god.
It really doesn't matter, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay.
Final level. And then do blockage.
Sets the animator, checks its status. Okay. I think that'll work. We'll see.
I hope that's the reason why. It makes sense. I understand the logic that you postulated. Just unplay that. It should show up at the start when you go down.
We'll see when I hit the trigger.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yay!
Okay. That's how much health I gave it. All right.
That
perfect.
is how much health you gave him.
All right.
Okay.
Just kill all this shit. Make sure it still disappears like it should. I'm expecting it to.
It was really good at disappearing.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the thing. I have to remember to do this otherwise too, because I just. I don't do this all the time either. I've tried. This is one of the things I've tried to get better on and be less lazy about with my own code. So we're gonna do.
But I like too lazy.
So that's gonna be protected.
I'm protected.
And then up here in the blockage controller, what did I call the other one? Just like get health or something.
We're gonna do get health.
Yeah, it's just get health. Let's put it right above death. Public, int, or no, it's a float, isn't it, at this point? There. That way it can't, just in case. That way through human error you can't, like, oops.
But I love human error. Hilith? Wow, that's one way to type a word.
That way through human error you can't accidentally change the health value in other scripts just because you type something wrong or whatever.
Boo!
Oh, is it bad because I didn't actually compile it yet?
You didn't save it, first of all.
Let's see.
You didn't save the other script. Also,
I can't do anything.
No. You didn't save the other script. You didn't save multiple scripts.
Which thing did I do wrong here?
Because the other one is still referencing the first one. I told you to change the value of blockage to blockage controller and not blockage fight control. Go back to, I know what the problem is. Go to boss health. All the way at the top. All the way at the top. Change that.
Okay.
I did try to warn you about that.
Oh, you're right. You did try to warn me about that. Okay. Now it should be okay. Thank you, Lorraine. It would have taken me longer than I would like to admit to figure out.
Sometimes you should listen to me. Most of the times you shouldn't.
All right.
Most of the times I speak in riddles and lies.
Just for the heck of it.
Look at that boss fight health bar. I wonder... There's a part of me that wants to, like, get stylish and have a thing for if it's this fight, put it at, like, half opacity and then change it to full once this part starts.
Okay, we can do something like that.
Because that would be cool.
Here's another question, just asking
Never.
about because we can call it honestly after we can just spitball a little on other things we don't want to do.
Hey, how's it going, Bry Guy?
First, let's get rid of this. That's done.
Still's worth in the chart.
Not
even gonna say hi. Wow.
Hi, Brian. Sorry, I'm typing.
It do be doing. He can't. That's, in his defense, he can't type and speak.
That's absolutely true.
He can't play video games and speak.
Man, is that true? I have like 4 brain cells to rub together over here.
It's true. It's very Dustin's hair is very long.
Oh,
it's
dude,
absurdly
you don't even know.
so. He's a wild man. Thank you.
Oh, that's right.
You made him shake up his whole 4 brain cells.
When I was a younger man, I could have done that without causing myself brain damage. It's not true anymore.
You can't damage what you don't have, sir.
Oh my god.
I mean, my hair's long, but it's been this long before. I was about to say Dustin looks like he's a headbang ready. Or he's headbang ready, but he did it first. Of those 4 brain cells, he shares at least half of one with you.
He shells brain shells.
By the brain store. My hair is long-ish. I haven't gotten it cut pretty short in a while, so there's that.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no, I remember. So I'm gonna zoom in here a little.
We zooming.
In terms of this room, and now we're talking about theoretically making some changes to it. I don't necessarily want to make a ton of, because I'd rather make practical code changes before we make art ones, just to save you trouble. Because you said you have to redo the little tracing things, right? If we move anything around or whatever.
But again, I don't think that's not that big of a problem. I'm pretty sure it's just 2 frames.
Well, here's a question.
I can check really quick if I go on a second.
As we evaluate our options for redoing the physical space of this room, do we still want him to be down here, literally blocking the path initially, the whole time, or some of the time? Like, would it be cooler if he was like in the center of the room the whole time and there's just a cork down there? Then he could shoot you from every angle when he starts spinning stuff up? Or would it be cooler if he moves from there once the little spawners are down?
I don't want him to move.
Or do you want to be stationary regardless?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he a boss?
Because I feel like it would be sort of neat if still all the threats came from him.
Yeah.
And if he was at like the center, then he could shoot you from any angle. And then, even though I think it's clear enough, it would be like the visual language of the lines going to the 4 segments of him is even more clear if they actually are like equidistant and point like exactly to the segments that they deal with. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So all that stuff was what I was thinking of when I was thinking of that. Like, maybe he should just be in the middle of the room.
I mean, if we're gonna slightly change what he can do and give him
and I do want to do that. I want to expand this fight with other stuff we built, like you said before, from the other boss fights and stuff. I think that's cool.
It would be better. It would be easier to do that sort of stuff if he had more space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. And instead of just like basically only 50% of him is accessible in the fight at any given time, because the rest is just poking out of that geometry that you'll never touch. So if you concur with that idea, I think we should totally do that. I think that would be neat. And we can just have him like the other boss fights I had, where there's just another cork or whatever at the something else blocking the path that
Where are his sprites?
I don't know. I did that. You can't lay that on me. I wouldn't have moved any of those assets. So
I'm just confused. It's also a little harder to tell. Like, it's not as easy to navigate on Assembler.
Oh yeah, that's. I mean, here. Do you want me to tell me a folder to look in?
I mean, it'd be in Sprites, which is what I'm in. As I thought I was. Not scripts. Not scripts. Let's close that folder. Sprites. Right below scripts. It's all alphabetical. Open that bad boy up. Click on the top level of Sprites. I wonder if it's somehow in there. Weirdly enough.
Doesn't look like it.
Because he wasn't in, like, enemies. He wasn't in bosses.
Well, he wouldn't have been in bosses because this was all just came
Yeah.
to us. At least I wouldn't have assumed he would have been in bosses because we just had this conversation over the last couple of weeks.
He's not... Well, no, I mean, he's been in the game. He lives somewhere.
But he wasn't intended to be a boss necessarily.
I just don't know where he is the problem. I mean, he was like a mini boss type deal.
You said he wasn't in here?
I didn't see him.
He just did in Gunk? Is it like...
No, that's the gunk. The actual gunk.
So maybe
not
these
the
are just
wall.
those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not right.
Those are just the normal enemies.
Is he with the chasers? Probably not. No.
Okay, yes. No,
Oh,
those
wait,
are the spawners. Because those are the...
And he's in here?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Or the cables is actually what I was looking for.
Small cable.
Oh, because, yeah, they're two halves. Just open it. Yeah, see, there's three. It's on, it's 1, 2 for on, and then there's an off. So that's 3.
Little
it's
sprites.
12 sprites.
Okay.
That have to get made. I wanted to check to see what the animation was. I was pretty sure it was just 2 frames.
Mm-hmm.
Because they alternate, and it looks like it's moving. The illusion of movement.
Okay.
I mean, and yeah, we could make the room, honestly, however we want.
Yeah, that's fine. I do think putting him either like at the center of it stationary or having him even move around a little bit
I don't want him to move.
Okay, that's fine.
I think moving is weird.
I think that's cooler.
His name is Blockage. I don't think a blockage moves.
Okay. Because it would make more sense like for attacks to come at him from multiple angles. He can hit you from any place you happen to be in the room.
The only thing with that is we would have to probably, I would say, space out, because you can see right here pretty easily with those 3 right below him. There are 3 points that he is shooting projectiles from. We would have to add more.
I mean, you could just you could take those 3 and invert them, right? And then maybe add one more for each side.
He will need more than just that, and he'll just need to be able to reference all of them. And there's
if they come from like here, here, and here-ish, and you just invert the Y on all of them, then it's the same thing from the bottom. And then if you want to add...
I mean, I would just, if you want to get like super symmetrical about it, I would move the left and right ones like midway through those top ones.
Okay.
Add 2 on the left and right, and then invert those 3. I like me some symmetry. Symmetry make my brain go borer. And like there don't I don't know if that makes sense. There doesn't have to be like the little pipe things coming into the room. That can be completely changed. I would just say it really only needs the entrance and exit, kind of like the other ones. I had just made those to make the room different.
And then it can still be just like one big open space. It could be like something more like a Pac-Man sort of thing, where maybe instead of these just kind of going off to nowhere, they're just like a little U-bend that circles in on itself. You could run past or something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
I mean, that could work.
Yeah,
it lets you hide. I don't know if you should be able to hide.
That's fine. I guess I don't mind that. I do think the play space should be just a little bit bigger, especially even if we move into the center, because I still want him to be like, it'll be cool that he's there. Just one more thing you have to kind of avoid, but
look over in the sprites again. Sprites, like the whole thing. This is hard to maybe in chunks. It's alphabetical. Rooms. Or boss tank is actually what I wanted to look at. Sorry. These are all the different ones that are in here right now. Not the small boss room. Okay, so the 2 half ones are there's 2 pieces for the frog fight. That doesn't matter. That's just sprite bullshit. Because these are just straight up. So that's the carrot fight. The one up top is the ghost fish. But these are just the things that we already have here. If you were curious about them, you could compare it to here. If you just go, you're in the scene, so you could literally just drag one in there and just look at it compared to the rest.
Well, the
of
other
it
thing here is because you're saying this is like a single static image?
Yes.
Okay.
It's behind a bunch of shit.
All right, whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna play it. The thing there is just like Cucumber. All the randomly generated levels are based on 2D Toolkit, except it just plops them down, like algorithmically or whatever. We could still just make a boss level like we do in the Cucumber levels, where we just paint it by hand, like one square at a time. That should be fine. Also,
I mean, those pieces just have to go into wherever that shit's happening. I haven't messed with any of that in this game. So I don't know how that's exactly formatted. / I'm rusty, so
I can try to figure it out, or whatever. Well, we'll make that a whole.
Because
that's already on the list, I think. Of just changing the level space a little. Yeah.
Because they are different, obviously, from the normal pipe pieces, because they're mostly open and have a single wall, as opposed to like the individual, like the corridors, how everything is like a bend or whatever.
Okay.
They're different assets that make up the boss rooms.
But the components of them are still part of that giant set of, because aren't the big ones with like the key pieces and stuff, aren't those still just made of tiles? I think that's how they work.
I have no idea. Like I know very little about how the level generation works in this game, because that was
let's go over
all
to
you.
Because these rooms start with nothing. It's just an entry point, and then like a handful of things. That, and then when you split it up, I'm pretty sure every single thing in there has to be tile by tile, because otherwise the other map wouldn't know how to render it either. The map, like the one that you pull up on the screen, because that's the same thing. It's just that's just a smaller version of that, but it's another 2D Toolkit.
Well, no, like I'm saying,
thing.
the pipe assets are different assets.
Okay, we'll have to figure it out.
Because I'm assuming are they calling prefabs? Because is that how they get their colliders? Or do you just spawn colliders in?
No, it's like 2D Toolkit where you can just set one.
Yeah, essentially they're spawning in
like
prefabs.
I had at some point set a collider for each piece. And then each piece has that collider, and by the time you stitch them all together, it's, one contiguous mass or whatever.
I mean, that's how the other levels worked.
Yeah, it's that.
Like I was saying, we just have to do that with new pieces. They'd have to have a new thing.
Okay, we'll tackle that in a different.
Sounds exhausting.
We'll try it. See what happens. We'll we can save off a copy of that level that exists right now, and then maybe delete the level.
We have it technically. It's the test level 3, test type 3 test level. You already saved off a version of this. We haven't touched.
Yeah, but I would want to save another one because now we've updated a ton, and I want to maintain these changes.
Well, I'm just saying, if you want to just look back at what it looked like before, like if you don't want it functionally, like it doesn't matter. Thank you. You're helping this discussion right now.
Maybe we'll do that next time. We'll do something next time.
No, we're not gonna do anything next time. Who does? Whomus doomus.
But that's a good small evening's worth of slight progress, I think, probably. Is there anything else that you want to add to this list, or you can think of off the top of your head?
I mean, not off the top of my head.
Okay. Just formally and
And the boss ites.
Can't do anything.
No. If you had just gotten rid, there was a space that was making that possible.
There.
Gone.
Got rid of it too.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, good enough. I think that's good for tonight. Thank you, Lorraine, for hanging out and
Bang.
messing with this with me. Thank you, Brian, and whoever else might have been out in internet land chilling with us for a little bit.
There's a handful of people around.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah.
If you guys ever have any questions about anything, let us know. Always down to answer however poorly I can. Game dev queries if people have them, but I guess not tonight because we're about to sign off. I'll take any last minute thoughts, comments. But other than that,
generally ended most of my U of M Dearborn CIS class presentations with life questions. Was the last thing I asked the room for. Every time. The game do be. That is what it be. Y equals MX it be like that sometimes.
Well, with that
it do when it be.
Shocking wisdom.
That's good wisdom.
It's a hot cup of, it's like that shut the fuck up meme. It's a fresh warm cup of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's an old internet.
I mean, I was referencing the dog of wisdom.
Oh, okay.
So
referencing that 40s,
that's good knowledge. I don't remember what the
40s advertisement poster or whatever. All right.
There's you can make you can use propaganda posters to just make whatever you want. And I wish I've seen references to the post, but it's not
Sorry, I remember.
I haven't been able to find the actual link to it.
I know the last thing that's gonna happen on this stream.
Uh-oh.
At least I think I do.
I'm getting a heckin' concerned. That's a good wisdom.
Hold on.
These things happen sometimes.
Maybe I'm not. This is being real. Okay, there it goes. Hold on. Let's see if we have audio. Oh.
I heard that through the TV. Yeah.
Sort of. It's real low. Hold on.
I mean, the card audio is real low on there, if that's where it's coming from. And it's flashing up there. Just crank it. Crank it and the TV will pick it up. The TV will get picked up through the microphone.
It doesn't seem like it's actually working.
This is lighting up though.
But not enough.
Well then crank it high. It's literally so low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see?
All right, I guess it's working. Alright, hold on.
Sometimes I know things. Times are few
low.
and far between.
Look at this shit. I know we had that preview of the
oh god
the text description of what was going to be up with this movie, but
basketball campus next weekend. You got amazing potential on the court.
do you just have
Hope you get there.
hold on, maybe that computer's still too quiet.
is it this? Is it YouTube?
I don't know.
First check that. No.
Alright, that's probably high enough.
Here we go.
Basketball campus next weekend. You got amazing potential on the court, and I can help you get there.
That's not what I want, Dad. You never let me do what I want to do. You never let me just do me.
Hold up. Wrong floor. Bet Will Smith ain't got to deal with this.
Dad!
Down! What in the Matrix hell?
Welcome to the space.
I'm just baffled.
Welcome, King James. I am the king of this domain. This is the serververse.
Is
What'd
that?
you do to my son? Where's Dom?
I was gonna say, is it's a fucking war machine?
Yeah, it's Don Cheadle.
Pete, send this clown to the rejects.
Wait. cartoon?
Meh. What's up, Doc?
I need to assemble an elite team to help give my son back.
I know what you're looking for. A dream team. Them, shoot the ball. Let's try that again, shall we?
King James. Welcome to
Wait, why was the...
All right, let's wait for it to finish, and then yes, exactly.
Introducing the Goon Squad.
You gotta win this game
Let's end this.
and get our son back.
Yikes. Classic.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
I'm going old school on his butt.
Whoa.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
All right, so like, I don't know. um, there's so much going on there that like, I feel like my brain is melting out of my ears a little bit. Like, because first of all, it's just a fucking kids movie with Looney Tunes and basketball. Like, don't
I mean, that is the...
don't overcomplicate it. Like, what the fuck is up with the internet and like there's cyberspace? It's like the Emoji Movie and like Ralph Breaks the Internet and fucking.
I was just gonna call it Ready Player One.
And Ready
but
Player
sports.
One and Space Jam. Like, it's fine. Just make another Space Jam. Just
No,
Looney
you
Tunes
can't.
exist and they need to win a basketball game. Good enough. Like, why overcomplicate it?
So when he was falling in, I thought I saw the word Westeros on
Yeah.
there, and was like,
It-
"Wait a
it's-
minute!"
'cause,
And
like-
then the dragon shows
like
up.
it's like
and
a
I'm
cross. It's like a WB crossover. It's like all the properties that they own, just like Ready Player One. It's like all the stuff has to. I don't even know,
Poor
dude.
Iron Giant.
Yeah, no
He-
kidding. He's
he-
been pimped out so hard.
He's done nothing
Every time
to
they
deserve
need
this.
to, yeah. Every
No
time,
following.
right? They need a reference to get someone to make a Twitter comment or whatever. They put him out on the street corner and, ugh, poor Iron Giant indeed. But so there's that element to it. They're just like, what the fuck? Why did you overcomplicate? The Looney Tunes play basketball. That's it. Like, it doesn't. That's end of script, basically. Like, it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. And then the other part is that, like, when they're just 2D cartoons, they look way better than when they become 3D
I
shitty.
mean, like, yes, I prefer that. I didn't think they necessarily looked bad.
It depended on, like, if you went through that frame by frame, which I'm not going
if you
to.
go by frame, anything looks bad.
But I felt like some of the characters, like, looked way better than others.
Probably, yeah.
But generally speaking, I feel like just like I felt like I was tricked. I was like, oh, you showed me one thing that I like because I remember liking Looney Tunes, and now they look way weirder. And again, it's just one more complicating. Like, why are they 2D and then 3D? I'm sure the movie has some stupid explanation for it, but like, the Looney Tunes play basketball, and that's it. That's all you need. Like, it doesn't need to be more complicated than that.
Brian's confused.
So those are my thoughts on Space Jam 2. Just like, why so much? Like, LeBron James, Looney Tunes, they have to win a basketball game. That's it. Like, don't
I don't know.
don't
I
get it
feel
twisted.
I feel like as an industry, filmmaking is like, it doesn't know what it needs or wants anymore. It has to be everything
Yeah, I don't
all
know.
the time.
And this is like like you said, this is like the third or fourth time this has happened with some movie. And like, I guess in Ready Player One it makes sense because that whole book is just a bunch of references that
it's going to kick off the WB cinematic crossover universe.
But they did
obviously.
this already with I haven't seen it, but apparently that Scooby-Doo origin story movie is that.
Huh.
It's like the setup for if all the Hanna-Barbera characters came together and formed a cinematic universe. It's
But
like,
so, like, in their defense, They kind of already did that back in the day. That's what the Hanna-Barbera cartoons were. They were just crossovers on crossovers. Like, it was a universe.
Sure, Huckleberry Hound is gonna go hang out with, Yogi Bear or whatever. You're not wrong.
Was. They did that first.
The Hanna-Barbera invented cinematic universes.
Brian is just shouting Grape Ape and Magilla Gorilla. Wacky races, let's go. Kyle's on board.
Okay, but in the same vein as like, I guess I'll watch it because it'll be free on HBO Max. So like, yeah, sure, I'll watch Space Jam 2. I have nothing better to do with my life.
Nope.
But I feel like it definitely is going to detract from like, can't I just watch LeBron James play basketball with the Looney Tunes? Why does Fred Flintstone have to be involved? Why is it this weird internet thing?
Incredibly stupid, says Kyle.
That's all.
At the end of the day, like,
I just watched that trailer.
Space Jam is also incredibly stupid, but it's fun. Like,
I just watched that trailer and I wanted to like lay down and like plop a glob of ice cream on my chest and then like just tilt myself so it would roll up into my mouth. That's how tired the trailer made me. I was just like, I just want to be on the floor eating, but like not like chewing. Like that's how the Space Jam trailer made me feel. So with that. I've damaged Lorraine's brain. She's done. With that, I guess we'll call it a stream. But yeah, that's Space Jam 2 coming to your house in a couple months or whatever. Hopefully our games will be too.
Maybe we can get them in Space Jam 3.
That's right. Yeah, if they're gonna cross over, right? They'll take anybody.
The
yeah,
Cubicorn
sure.
Games cinematic universe.
Yeah, I'll call people for whoring their properties out until the cows come home. But if Warner Brothers showed up on our doorstep with $10,000 or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'm for sale. Let's fucking go. Put me in the movie for all I care.
With your long, luscious locks.
That's right. Only way my hair can be truly realized is with modern 3D rendering technology. All right, we're gonna call it a night. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Nope, not that one. There it is. But bye, everybody.
Bye.